Hello, welcome back to the PBNP podcast. I'm Tyrone. I'm back in with Waddle. You right, mate?
Alright.
Today we're going to be talking about selflessness and courage. You might think it's a bit of a vague topic, but things have been happening in the UK at the minute. Obviously, globally it's not great, but a footballer called Marcus Rashford, who plays for Manchester United, the team I support, he's went against the government and he funded, I think it's 1.2 million, is it 3 million? I can't remember what it was.
Like that,
Children for free school dinners for parents who can't afford to pay for the children, and that made us think about like doing things for other people, being selfless. So, what's your thoughts on it? Like, due to like what's been happening at the minute, how do you see it? Like, it can only be good for football, right?
Yeah, I think he's a good representative for football. Like he campaigns a lot for I think he does a lot of stuff with the homelessness in Manchester as well. He's done goes to the kids' meals now. Big campaign for that. It's just a really good thing because there's a lot of people struggling at the minute, and it's the kids that aren't in school getting the free school meals are really struggling, and it's perfect for them. Obviously he's looking out for them, and he's a shining light in football at the minute, or just in the world. What's going on?
Yeah, like you said, like due to what's going on, like there is a lot of negativity, and I find like I've been watching a lot of podcasts recently where they've been like calling out like media for being biased because like obviously it's been on the news a little bit, but it's more about like people vandalising things, negative stuff, when they should be focusing on like things that are happening to make people feel better. Like he's been on about this. I've been following this for quite a while. He's been trying to do this for about a year now, and it's only just now that they've been reporting on it when he wrote the letter to the government. But again, it's just like he's our age. He was 22. He's a year older than me, 2 years older than you, but still, it's still very young to be doing what he's doing, and like it just puts things into perspective. Like it's better to be selfless and look out for other people right now because people need it. Like what's going on right now, it is quite tough.
Yeah, I see a lot of people saying it's like he's the only number 10 in this country to believe in, not Downing Street. Like
my number 10.
He's got a very older head on his shoulders. Like if he's there for his age, like 22, he's doing this. There's a lot of footballers that we see as like idols or respect that wouldn't do anything close to what he's doing, and he's pushing that his movement and his campaign really well, and what's the word? He's caught the attention of the government, which is a good thing. And obviously Boris said, I watched the news the other night, and he said he rung him up himself and congratulated him. It's like, I think it should be celebrated a lot more than what it has been, to be honest.
But I also think like because a footballer is seen by like the government and like MPs as like, I don't know, like isn't relevant because he's a footballer and he's rich, he earns a lot of money. Like I don't know if you've seen all the tweets people have been tweeting him. Like I think Katie Hopkins said something
she's just a dick.
For context, if you're not from the UK, Katie Hopkins is like, I don't know what she's like a celebrity who no one likes.
She's like the female Hitler.
Sure, she's like the female Hitler, and I think he tweeted something like I can't remember what he tweeted, but she tweeted like, if you can't afford to have kids, don't have them or something like that. But you've also got to bring into context like, what if you've got kids and you've lost your job and stuff like that? And
exactly, it's a completely different situation. She's just irrelevant. Like the stuff if anyone actually listens to the stuff she says and takes it seriously, then you're a fucking idiot, because she's the most horrible human being on the planet. Like she's very hypocritical as well. She like, it's nothing to do with it, but she said like she doesn't like kids' names that are countries, yet her kid's called India. Like she's just a massive hypocrite and just an arse. Like she thinks she can just start on everyone, and it's just like she, for no reason, without any actual evidence behind her or reason for doing things, and she's just an idiot.
I think she's controversial just to be controversial. You know what I
mean? I think she was at one point, but now I just think she's a dick. It's like being a dick.
It's like he tweeted the other day, like, I know we're all going through tough times right now, but spare a moment to think about the children who don't have hot water turned on and stuff. And then I think an MP put, you can't turn water onto him. And it's like, do you know what I mean? He's getting hate for stuff, and he's doing more than the government's doing. And he's a footballer, and footballers get shamed for earning loads of money. Most of them do spend the money on crap, and like most of them aren't good role models because they have loads of money and that can affect you. But obviously you get some people who do have a mad upbringing and it affects them. It gives them a level head. And I think someone like Marcus Rashford, someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, they are good role models to follow, because they are like doing things for charities. They are doing things for like children, and that's all down to the fact of like you read more into like the backstory, and it's more entwined to what we talk about on this channel, like mentality. And like I've told you before, Marcus Rashford and Ronaldo, two ex and one present Man United player, have a similar mentality of like hard work, dedication, self-improvement. I mean, I think Rashford even learnt sign language and stuff in lockdown for like kids with like who are deaf. So it's like he's always looking to self-improve, and everyone knows that's my favourite word on this channel. So yeah, I do like plead it. But again, it's back to like you wanting to self-improve, and through self-improvement and learning more, you can then push it onto the people who you think need it. You know what I mean? So it's helping other people out.
Like, by being, by self-improving, you're also being quite selfless, and you're being very, you're looking to improve other people, because if you improve yourself, then you'll be able to help other people and possibly teach other people what you've learned as well. Push that different narrative, I suppose, or different mindset to other people. Like he does with, like, he works with a lot of like kids charities and stuff like that. And by him showing that he's, like you said, learned sign language in lockdown, he's constantly giving to charities and other people and helping people. That creates a mindset for people kids who look up to him to then do that in themselves as they grow, which is a really good thing, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like me and my other friend Aaron were talking about this yesterday. It's like we're talking about why we started a business and what we want to achieve. And it's what I want to achieve individually. It's like I want to make a difference, and like we spoke about before, like the norm in our town, it's quite an industrial small town, is to have a 9-to-5 job, is to go through school, college, university, and get an office job. Where I think, because we're moving forward, you need to like get out of that, because like most people don't even like the jobs, and it's like you want to set a new narrative, you want to set a new tone, and that's what I'm aiming to do. And like you just said, by Marcus Rashford like doing what he's doing, he's setting a new tone and a new narrative, how footballers can be perceived and how footballers can be looked at, because 99% of them are seen as like playboys and like spend the money on rubbish, where you get the 1% like Marcus Rashford, Ronaldo, maybe N'Golo Kante, stuff like that, footballers who generally do things for like world organisations. They're the ones that are like successful in the game, and they're the ones who are keeping like a positive light on footballers, if you get what I mean.
100%. There are a lot of them that do bring a negative light on it, like just look at lockdown, Kyle Walker, Jack Grealish, both doing stupid crap, like going to house parties and like partying with girls and celebrities and stuff, and it's just stupid. Like people like that set a really bad light on football or footballers, like how they're perceived, which doesn't help people like Rashford, like Ronaldo, even though they are like mega stars. They can do what they want, but they need, we need that. We need more people to do stuff like what they're doing and support causes. Like even Vincent Kompany, we're doing the homeless stuff in Manchester. That was a big one. Like a player like him who actually who's Belgium himself, and then he come over to England. He's basically a Mancunian now. Like. Yeah. And he looks after a lot of people, and that's what we need to shine light on, especially in times like this, is just make sure all the positive work comes to the forefront of people's minds, and just like people actually pay attention to it, especially the government.
Sorry guys, camera cut out, back again. You didn't miss anything you said. So like moving away from football, but continuing with the topic. In America, obviously, there's a lack of like. There's a lot of riots going on. We've talked about this in the previous one. People are probably sick and tired of hearing it. But it's like, you can tell there's a lack of leadership over there. You know what I mean? It's like, I think even in this country, people like are calling out for leadership. Like, I mean, like Boris and Trump, they aren't the best leaders. And like selflessness, they're all for themselves. And we call that specific party who's in charge now. I don't want to even say the name. They're quiet for themselves. They want to keep as much money as they can, and same in America. But there's been a lot of, I know it's mad, but there's been a lot of like calls in America for someone like The Rock to go on a campaign, because like I know he's an actor, but Donald Trump wasn't a politician; he was like a millionaire. So it's like anyone could be. Yeah, so generally, the Rock's got successful businesses, and he's very, for people who's met him, he's a very down to earth, genuine guy, and you see like what he does for charity and what he does and stuff like that. So I reckon if he was in charge of something like this, he'd be straight like in that Minneapolis. He'd be straight to Minneapolis talking about what's going on instead of like Donald Trump telling people to kill people on sight if they attack the police. So it's like, I think we do need leaders in this country who are selfless, who are committed to like doing what's best for the people instead of like wanting everything for themselves and doing it their way, being stubborn. So I think going back to it again, I'll link in the description, but that's a discussion that was on Joe Rogan's latest podcast. Like there's a lack of leadership in the world at the moment, and people are going the wrong way. And like we said previously, we're on the verge of a civil war, and it's like that's just down to poor leadership and bad communication. You know what I mean? It's bad.
Yeah. Well, I want to say one thing. Would say is when you said about we've got people crying out for leadership and poor leadership. I had a conversation with my mate and his dad the other day, and we were saying that me and my mate both said that Trump's not a bad leader. He's just like he's not. They're great at being politicians because they don't reveal a lot to the country, which is not good for the country. It's just good for in a political sense. But as a leader, he's a, I don't know how to say it, he's like a spearhead. He's a good man to put at the front line to like take all the abuse because he knows how to like mix his words to be something they're not. Yeah. Whereas, like you said, The Rock's more of a people person. I think that's what we need at the minute because we are on the verge of a civil war. Like, if you have someone like that as a figurehead for good, who can talk to people, then it's only a positive doing something like that. But obviously, it takes something like a miracle for something like that to happen, which is a shame, really.
It is a shame. Like, it's a shame to think about what is right for the nations and for the different countries at the moment. His a miracle where that should be the done thing, but like obviously I think elections are coming up in this year in America, and knowing their luck, he'll be re-elected. Hopefully not, because I feel like a different man for the job would be better for this current situation. But yeah, I don't want to talk too much about America and politics because it's not our country. Obviously we can't avoid it, but it's something I don't really want to go into because it's very corrupt and stuff over there. So, but if you want to, like, going back on something we more know about, like, selflessness to me is helping other people out, and I think that's something I've took pride in the last few years doing the gym. Like, I've tried to learn what I've learned in the gym and through changing my mentality into like my friends. So you, Anthony, Aaron, for a bit of context, they're the people I train with usually. So it's just I want my friends to be how I feel 90% of the time, like clear-minded, positive. I know it's hard because we're all different people, and it's harder for certain people to change their mindset. But yeah, it's just something I'm trying to push, and like looking at Rashford, what he's done, it's just helping other people can only leave like a positive imprint on society, and that's what I want to do with our business. That's what I want to do with just life, really.
Yeah, all about like you say, being selfish stuff like that. That's what I personally tried to do in my own job, because I saw, like, for me, I don't know how to say it, I was one of them people that wasn't very confident. I thought I knew something. I thought, right, I won't say anything about it or to help. If I saw someone doing something wrong, I won't help them. And then since I stepped up my job, like, into a different role, I found myself, like, jumping at the chance to, like, improve someone else. It might not improve someone else. It might not come out the right way. Like, you know, sometimes I'd struggle saying it. I'd say it a bit aggressively without meaning it, because I'd want them to, like, improve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but then slowly over time you get to know me, or you get to know the person, and they can tell it's not you being aggressive, it's you actually trying to help. It's like with you, like, I hate being told what to do. But when I first started training with you were like telling me how to do it because it was the right way, and it's took me a bit of time. But then you slowly like listen, and you're like, right, you are trying to improve what I'm doing, my training, and then you actually listen instead of being like, I don't know, sulking about it or being in the mood because you're being told what to do, but you just know it's for your own good, sort of thing. Which is why when we've trained like one of our mates before who got quite aggy with me because you'd helped me and taught me how to do it properly. I tried to help him and he got really aggy with me, and it's like, I'm not going to help you for being like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like people train different ways. Like I might tell you to do one thing, and you have a friend who's been to the gym might train a different way. So it's just like I try and not get aggy because I feel like there's always things to be learned in the gym. Like I've never claimed to know everything. Like I've never claimed to know every single thing. Like I'm always open to new training regimes. I'm always open to learning new things, which then in turn I can pass on to other people. But like taking like advice and taking criticism and being told what to do is a hard thing if you are stubborn, because I've always had trouble with taking like advice. Like I used to. Now I don't. Now I find it really easy because I love finding out new things. But I used to have trouble with like taking like criticism. Like it was either my way or the highway. I didn't like doing other things. But it's better to hear from if someone's taking time out their day to help you, or taking time out their day to like give you like important information or useful information, and just take it, because it can only benefit you going forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. You've got to constantly take advice on board and learn new things, because like you said, we're all about self-improvement, you know, and if you don't do that, then you're just going to get stuck in a bit of a rut, and you won't progress. Progression is everything, really, isn't it? And self-improvement.
Yeah, in terms of life, yeah, like I feel I've been having a lot of conversations. I know I keep saying about a conversation with this person, but me and Aaron yesterday, we had a massive like deep conversation about how the gym can literally affect like your mental, like your life, the way you live your life, because it's all about discipline. It's all about like progression and like steady progression. Like I tend like if you're not in the gym, you can be in the gym, but if some people try quick rich or quick progression, it's not how it works. It's a lifestyle, so it's over a long time, and I only learned that through people helping me through advice. And it's just like any way you can help people and like provide them with valuable information that can help them achieve their goals. I see like helping people like you or other people get to where they want to be is more of a valuable thing for me than getting to my own, because I don't know why, it's something like it's more pleasing seeing other people do it, because most people don't have that mindset, you know what I mean? So it's just,
yeah, you get a bit of satisfaction out of seeing someone else like achieve something through your help, sort of thing.
yeah, because it's also a reflection on how much you've learned and how much you've self-improved, that you're now helping someone else. And it's,
yeah, you can teach other people a certain way of doing something, or a skill or something like that.
yeah, it's like one day I hope like maybe one of you guys who I've helped can help someone else. I know like it's harder for you guys, but I just feel like one day you guys could do that, and then again it's like a domino effect. Then someone else is helping someone else. Then it's just creating that positive vibe through the community and the environment, because that's what I hope one day to achieve, is people to be like, because of what we've started or what I've started, to like be more like positive, because at the minute it is shit and it is negative, and 90% of the world is negative at the moment, and it's just the culture of what's going on at the moment, and people do need that positive upbringing, and it's just shit, man. It's like I was watching literally before we start this podcast, there's a kid, he's a few years younger than me, he lives near my mum, and I didn't know he did a YouTube channel. I had a look at his stuff. I'm not going to name his channel. He does Twitch and stuff, and he got like mad abuse. He's a bigger guy. He's slightly overweight, and he gets like hate and stuff, and with his grandma passing and all that, and it's just horrible, man. It's just, you are gonna get them people who are gonna take time out of the day to like leave nasty comments. But if I could if I could give any advice, just like don't react to it, because like I would have reacted to it at one point. I'd have lashed out, but it's just not worth your time. You've got to be calm and just don't let people judge like what you want to do. And then if you stay positive, if your mind's like clean and positive, then you're then going to be able to influence and like push that onto other people. Because if someone's really upbeat, I get that vibe from them and it upbeats me. But if you're negative, it's like you're just going to get everyone else down, and that's how I see it. If someone's like just a dick to you, just don't let them like get you down. Just carry on like being like positively you are, man. It's corny as shit as it sounds and cheesy it sounds, and all them Beckys and Karens out there call me cheesy, but it's just how it is.
Yeah, it's true. It's like in school, like, around like when I was, say year 10 onwards, like I used to take like people who's like my mates would have they call it banter. At the time, I couldn't take anything as banter. Like I take it really offensively and take it all to heart. And it's like as you grow up, you realise like it is just a joke. Like they're your mates, it is a joke. And if something's not a joke, then you don't take it as a joke. Tell them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But apart from that, you just have a laugh with everything. Like don't take everything to heart or too seriously, because you won't improve. You won't be happy or anything. You won't actually be able to enjoy anything if you're like that. There's a lot of people out there that still do it. There's obviously people that take time out of the day to leave nasty comments, and if you're like that, you are just sad. Rather leave a positive comment rather than a negative one. If you're going to do anything, or just don't say anything at all. It does put a damper on anything. And in times like these that we've got at the minute, you need positivity every day. You need something to put, brighten up your day at least once, because it's just depressing.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it takes courage to just be positive. You know what I mean? It just takes courage to try and post that positive influence, because it's hard to break the mold. It's hard to go against what the normal is, and if people's negative, then it's easy for you to get negative. But if you're trying to push that and start a new wave of positiveness, then it takes courage to do that. And I just think the more people do it, the more it's going to help. And if more people can start YouTube, if more people can start creating things in the spare time that's positive, that makes them happy. I think when people find what makes them happy and what they want in life, then they can then go, right, I've got what I want, now I can help what other people want. And it's I've found what I want in life, and I'm quite lucky to know that I've done that early in my life. I'm only 21, so I'm happy that I've been through what I've been through in the past to get where I am now, to find what I want now, so then I can help other people who's not in the right mind frame. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I've always struggled to find that one path, I suppose. Just before college, I didn't know what I wanted to do at all. I was just lazy. I didn't want anything. Wasn't looking to achieve anything. And then you start that ball rolling. You find something you like, then another thing, and you carry on rolling that. Keep going with it and pushing it, and you just like you said, it's when you get that mindset or you get that goal you want, you'll just push yourself on to achieve it. And there's too many people out there that don't know what they want to do, and it's sad to see some people, because it's I know you at one point I know people that wanted to do something so bad, and they just never had the chance, and now they're stuck in a dead end job, and they've never got the chance to do what they wanted. And it's quite sad that they haven't found that path yet. You know what I mean?
It is, but I've always got a thing it's never too late to find it. You can be 50, it's so young, man. You can be 40, it's so young to start a passion and get that ball rolling. I think people's got to search what they want, and some people are just scared to search what they want because they're scared of failure. And it's failure's a comfort blanket, man. Failure's where you progress, and I just think just find it, and then I think our society, it's you're meant to do this one thing, and I think you shouldn't. People are made to be different. Everyone is different, and I don't think by everyone having a 9-to-5 job it's the right thing to do. I just think everyone has different interests and hobbies. Just find your passion that because not everyone wants to be in an office or a factory, and I can guarantee 90% of people who work in there doesn't want to be there. So it's going back to selflessness. There's so many people I've wanted to get onto this podcast. In terms of guests, I've been in contact with a few people to where I think it will be a good guest for us. But I've thought about it, and I'm will it value the podcast, and will it value people watching? I want you guys watching, or the people watching, to get value from what they're listening to. And I feel you've got to take a step back and think, right, this person I think might not interest me, but I feel if we tell their story to our audience, then it might interest them. So you've got to get people on who you think's going to interest your audience, but not yourself. So
and also improve and make a difference, because a lot of podcasts I listen to, there's always something included in it, a certain conversational topic or the person that will give you a life lesson or a bit of advice that will improve you. Like,
Yeah.
it, it's kind of a bad example because there was a lot of hate on it. But True Geordie's podcast with Dan Bilzerian, like, you know, like he's obviously famous for like his vape and like girls and stuff, and it's just a lot of people see it as like the wrong advice to take. But some of the business sense he spoke in it sort of resonated with me, and it's always been stored back there. Do you know what I mean? Like the little things that he's like little things you pick up on. Like I think it's just it was one of them. It's one of them things podcasts where you listen to them and you pick up things without even realising, and then you think about them at a certain time when you need them. And that's what I always look for. I think that's what we are looking for.
Yeah, I think that's what we are doing. Like at the minute, I think we've done about. There's some podcasts that we haven't aired on YouTube because we didn't think they were good enough. But there's like 1 or 2 we haven't aired. But the rest of it, I say we've done about 7 or 8 now. Is it about 7 or 8? I think. And like we've aired the ones we think like give value, and I know it's been quite repetitive in the terms of like it just being me and you. But I think there's value in that because like us knowing each other, like we can like if I were just doing this with a guy who I didn't know on weekly, I guess I wouldn't be able to open up as much, and you won't be able to open up as much. So it's like if we get comfortable with getting our experience like, out to like people who are watching and like share like mistakes we've made and on things we're looking to do, then eventually we can get people on who we think will give us value. Like I've been in touch with a guy who's got his own company, and we potentially might be having a Zoom call with him soon, and maybe we could get him on because he's got his own podcast too. But he's an entrepreneur. Like we're talking through our chapter 1, but he's on like his chapter 10. So it's like we could also get someone on who's been there, done it, who can provide our audience with information that we at the minute can't. But it's just like getting people on like who will match the podcast's tone, who will match what we believe in. And I've heard murmurs about like getting guests on about us, but it's like I don't want to get guests on for the sake of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. You need people that are gonna, like you said, provide your audience with a certain what's the word, like a bit of information, a message, advice, everything. And we us being at the start of our business and our journey, it's nice to get people on that are a lot further ahead, or even just slightly further ahead, because they can, tell their story of what it took to get them where they are, and then people can follow where we're going.
Because even right now, we know there's a lot of commitments, risks, and dangers of starting an entrepreneurial business, and it's just good for someone who's been there, done it, worn the t-shirt, to share what the crap they've been through and how they overcame it. Because again, a lot of the theme of our podcast is that behavioural change and motivation and fitness, and if someone's changed their behaviour and are now doing big things, it's just good to share that with people, you know what I mean, and like how they did it. And trust me, there will be a guest on pretty soon. I've got a call with someone in the next week, and we will get that done and organised, because he's a cool dude, and I'd love to share his story with everyone, because he's a friend of the family. So it's just value in it, man. So I wanna one thing I wanted to do was I wanted this to be more raw. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, this is a lot more raw, less notes we've written down. So I wanted to do the goal of the week, but I didn't want to tell you because I wanted it to be raw. So, like, on the spot now, what is something you want to achieve in the next week? And then we'll go on. Sorry, what did you say last week? And did you do it?
Yeah. My goal last week was to get my barbell out. Well, I did want to set up my bench and all that lot this week, but the weather has not been kind enough for me to set it up outside, because it's been pretty much raining non-stop. But yeah, and to get the barbell out, I haven't got the barbell out, so that's 2 weeks in a row I haven't done it. However, circumstances have been out of my control this week, because, like I said last week, we've been painting the house and doing big renovations, so that's sort of my goal at the minute, is to help out with that.
I think you need to start setting goals that are more like you can control.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's, like I said, it's been difficult at the minute because we are doing house renovations and stuff, so But yeah, I am definitely, because I got a puncture repair kit for my bike, so I'm going to be going out on that again.
Hey, gang she.
Gang sheet. I will be getting the bar out tomorrow actually, because I want to do proper full. I want to do a near enough full body with that this week. So I'll be getting that done. That's probably my goal for this week actually. And off like a fitness one, not a fitness one, I'm going to go see my granddad because I haven't seen him for a while, and we are kind of allowed now, so I do want to go and see him. What about you? What were your goal and what you doing?
My goal last week was the running one, I think, wasn't it? It was to better my time in running, and I've ran twice this week. I'm trying to limit the amount of time I run because I'm trying to build as much muscle as possible. But I hit 46 minutes. I think it was 8k.
You were at 47, weren't you?
I was at 47, and the goal was to get to 45, but I've hit 46. So again, I'm not bothered that I failed. You would go again, so I'm going to carry that on to the next week as well. But in terms of a new goal, I don't know if I can say it because it's quite top secret at the minute in terms of the business. But it's something to do with the promotion of the business that I want to get done in the next week. And if it is done in the next week, we will be able to share it. So it's something I'd like. I think we've shared enough in terms of like the business. I want to keep things like we've shared the products, we've shared the name, we've shared like everything. I want more things. I want the rest of the things to be quite secret because like I want the element of surprise and like one of my goals is business orientated and I don't want to share it because it is quite big in terms of for the company and so we'll inform you in the next podcast what that is, but we will have done it because I'll make it happen, so it is happening. So that's my goals of the week, is to get my run time down even more. In fact, I'm going for a run today, so I'll see if I can get 45.
Question. Because last week you said you were going to carry on with your lean bulk. Have you carried on with your lean bulk?
Yes. Yeah.
You really don't sound sure.
Yeah, I have. I did. I swear I did. I swear.
I'll be asking Abby, even though she won't know.
I've been eating a lot, to be fair.
Fatty.
Yeah.
I've barely been eating, but it's weird. So I'm like I've been trying to not limit what I'm having, but like I have my normal breakfast in the morning, or like school's like 12 o'clock, so wake a bit later, and then I have like one meal, like a small tea at night. But then I found myself getting really hungry at night. But I've been really disciplined this week, and I haven't been eating late. I haven't gone down when I'm hungry and gone. I'll have some. I've just been drinking water or going to bed. So I've been quite pleased with myself this week, dieting wise. Yeah,
it's just the next thing now is to get back to working out for you.
Yeah, it's just I really just want to set it up, but it's like with everything going on, it's like I'm like, can the weather just piss off for at least 2 days so I can set it up?
Well, apparently our gym posts on Facebook are looking to open beginning of July.
That might be alright. It's just how it's gonna work though. Like if it's like, imagine if they do it as in like you've got to keep, like if someone's on one machine, you have to keep a machine free between for like a 2 meter thing, and you have to clean it, and you have to have time slots.
I don't know if it's time slot, but I think it's going to be like the household thing. So if you've got a group that's coming with you, 2 or 3 people, you stick to your 2 or 3 people. You don't go anywhere near anyone else. You clean down everything you've been on. But yeah, I think it's more efficient to do the time slot thing because then you know how many people is going to come in. You can cater to how many people is going to come in. You can limit how many people is going to come in. So then but I just don't care. So I just want to get back to the gym. I just want to be able to progress again because honestly, right, I feel like I have progressed in lockdown. Like it's hard. Like people say. Like I watched a lot of videos like for big fitness influencers, like very like reliable fitness influencers, and they said at the beginning, 90% of people are probably going to either stagnate, maintain, or lose a little bit of muscle in lockdown because you're less lifting less, you're limited your equipment. But I think I've gained a little bit. I think I've got some gains. I think that's just down to like consistent training and keeping on track of everything. But to people who've maintained, that's not a bad thing. It's obviously it's limitations at the minute. Not all people can buy equipment, you know what I mean? But again, it's not a bad thing if you maintain. It's like it's muscle memory, and as soon as you go back to the gym, you'll put it all back on. It's really annoying because like we talked about this, I think one of the first podcasts we did.
like me and you were progressing really well. I think before lockdown. Like I can't remember what you were. Well, the main one I remember is dumbbell press. I was so close. I've never hit 30 kg before, and I was so close to hitting 30. I was on 28. I was doing so well, and I think I did 28s for like 4 reps or something. And I was so happy with myself. And then lockdown hit, and I was so frustrated because I was like, I nearly hit it, and now I've lost like. Well, it's in fact, the first part of lockdown before I got my bench, I think I'd lost a bit, like obviously because you just do. But then, like, I started training again and I was progressing fairly well. Like, obviously I weren't pressing because I don't have the right dumbbells, but my bench press was the best it's ever been. You know, bicep curls, everything, I was doing really well. And, like, even, like, ab workouts, I was doing, like, 30 sit-ups or something like that each day, which was pretty good for me, like, with my size and stuff. And it's just frustrating, like, I feel like I've stagnated a little bit or lost a little bit, and it is really frustrating.
Yeah, it's just natural, isn't it? It's like people are limited to what they can do, and obviously you've had your house has been getting renovated. Your stuff's been put away because your house has been getting renovated, like I said. So it's nothing you can do about it. Just like I said, as soon as you get back in the gym in a few weeks' time, it'll be just in the case of starting. I won't say start back to the beginning, but start where you can. So it'd be like so say if like. Right, I can't lift 28s anymore, but I can still do 22s, 24s, get on 24s, then just progress back up from there. It's just reset. What the case is going to be is going to be a lot of resetting of what you were. And but I think as well, like we think we mentioned last week, I'm grateful for being able to go to the gym. Like there's been times in lockdown where I've been like, I can't bother working out today because it's not the gym, you know what I mean? Where I feel like when I go back now, I'll be there like nearly every day because I'm so like wanting to go back and I'm so wanting to get back in and like because I've been looking at old videos. Like we used to record ourselves on my phone, and like I could have gone like a bit harder there. I could have been a bit more intense because like you never know when it's going to be taken away from you, and it's like the amount of progression could have had if we went a little bit harder. So it's just I just can't wait, man. Honestly, it's going to be class.
Yeah, it'll be great going back. It's better than at home anyway.
Yeah, as well, it's going to allow us to make like workout edits and be able to film the workouts in the gym and stuff like that. So, like,
well, depends what it's like. Because if it's if it's time slotted, then I know I'll be going and I won't be filming anything. I'll be properly. I'll just be training.
But I mean, for me, it depends on the time. Like we know it's like quite dead at night time. So,
well, if you say that,
it depends.
If it's time slotted and people are furloughed, I'm saying it might be busy all the time.
Yeah, I guess. So I think that's it for today. Yeah, I think that's it. Have you got anything else more to say?
No, it's been a good one. Good chat.
That's been a good chat, and I hope you guys have liked it. Yeah, again, comment below what your goals of the week are. Some of us are hitting them, some of us aren't. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what your favourite bit of the podcast were. If you didn't like the podcast, let us know in the comments why. We're up for a criticism. Constructive, if please. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.